The same with Tim Bagley when he was.
Oh, Tim Bagley's
Tim
worst.
Bagley was incredible.
He's the worst.
That was a pretty short scene, but he was so funny, and it was really hard to get through that.
Yeah, and then Mike Mitchell, he did this move. Oh my God.
I've been watching it. It's awesome. Congrats on the season. I can't wait to
so much. Did Emma have a good time?
Thank you.
She had a great time.
That's
she loved
lucky.
it. Yeah. The first thing I wanted to ask was to you, Craig. The first kind of scene of the season like sets up the new hustle, I guess. Like as the star and exec producer, can you talk about how you landed on that and like what made you want to take the story in this direction?
That's actually a question more for the writers, Dan Gore and Luke Del Tredici. I just see the script and go, yeah, let's go. Let's do that. And I mean, I could be like, but so far, it's been all good. I trust them. They love touching on these social issues and they love getting us into all kind of situations, as you can see from even just these first few episodes. So yeah, it's the direction it's going has it turned us all for a loop. I'm just glad we're out of the swamp.
Claudia, how would you kind of describe the relationship between Gillian and Craig for this season?
I think just now, by the virtue of them spending more time together, Craig's moved beyond simply tolerating me and being just around me by like virtue of circumstance and being forced to pair up with me in the snake hunting competition. So now they're actually choosing to work with one another. And look, they care about each other and they're both pretty loyal. So yeah, the relationship has developed.
Craig, I know all of you worked with snakes a lot last season. I don't think it's a big spoiler, but like I know you worked with an alligator on this one briefly. Is one worse than the other in terms of nerves?
I'd much rather snakes. I don't feel like alligators is might be more unpredictable. Plus, they can do the death roll. I would prefer snakes if that's what we're doing here.
And I know I saw an old interview where you said like an alligator was caught on set in the first season. Was this like a nod to that in any way? Do you know, or was it just like coincidence, like just fun little thing?
I think it's just because they wrote it. I don't know if there's a nod to it. No. But I think it's because they wrote because they wants to be an intimidating swamp farm family who wanted to squeeze us, and that was a good way to show.
It's very Floridian.
Very Floridian.
Yes.
Wow, that was a big alligator.
Claudia, there was some moments early in the season where we get to see Gillian be like very unhinged, which I loved so much. What parts of her personality are the most exciting for you to play?
It was very fun to get to express some of Gillian's untapped rage, which it turns out she has so much of. That was really fun. It was also very shocking to me to be like in stunt rehearsals and beating stuntmen up with a rubber steering wheel. That was very surprising.
Craig, I know like you do so many things. You do stand-up, you act, obviously, you do music. When you're working on something as involved and like time-consuming as Killing It, do you try to stay current on the other stuff as well, or do you prefer to kind of focus all in on one at a time?
I keep up with my stand-up for sure. And in my stand-up, I incorporate music. So no, I definitely try to stay current, stay and keep the rust off. And then in somewhere like New Orleans when we shot the first season, it was exciting because I actually ended up building a bunch of new jokes because I was at this and just in a whole different environment. And just trying all the stuff out. So then that carries over to LA when we were shooting this season. So yeah, I try to stay on stage. Especially if I know we're getting off a little early, I might school. Now it's not as much as I would be doing like now, and I'm not working like I had 2 shows last night, show Sunday when I landed from Miami, and then I got 2 shows tonight. So, but I try to keep, I try to keep it going.
I love watching you two together. Just the way that you both play off each other in scenes is so great. Obviously, you're both pros, but were there any scenes where it was hard for you two to just keep it together?
There were
No.
lots of scenes. I mean, that scene when Mike Mitchell was falling through the door with the scene with Tim Bagley when he was
Oh, Tim Bagley's
Tim
worst.
Bagley was incredible.
He's the worst.
That was a pretty short scene, but he was so funny, and it was really hard to get through that.
Yeah, and then Mike Mitchell, he did this move. Oh my god! And she told me, she was like, "Get ready," because I didn't know him in there, but I'm glad we had him. But yeah, Tim Bagley, I go back with, and it's almost impossible to. It's like even when he's not. His line isn't funny yet.
Yeah.
It's you just sitting there kind of like almost crying. So when he got up to do his work, yeah. So yeah, there are some times for sure.
I guess it's for both of you. You might have even just kind of answered it, but like you have a lot of amazing people come in and guest star on the season. Do you have, I know you can't pick favorites, but like, were there any that were just like, you were really excited to work with, just had really great experiences with?
Those were amazing. I loved working with Beck Bennett. He's so funny, and his character has such a tragic trajectory. And so every time we saw him, he looked so much worse. And it was really, really funny.
The Swamp family, Swamp Mafia family, were
Dot Marie Jones, Katie.
From being, just terrifying to the kids who were terrifying but hysterical. And they were improvised, and the stuff that you never see, or hopefully they'll be in the extras or something like that. But they were amazing. I didn't even. You would have thought that. I thought they worked together forever. They just met when they got the show.
Well, I think that's my time. But thank you both so much. This season's so good. I can't wait to watch the rest of it.